Iconoclast, in loving memory of Sarah Osborne, my poem in this gorgeous collection, Witchcraft, which is women reimagining women, and all of us saving each other across time. Iconoclast, again, in loving memory of Sarah Osborne. You were the first accused at Salem, but you never confessed. You never accused anyone else. You were iconoclast in the Salem male primogeniture religious caste. You kept the land you worked and loved, and that was your kin. When your husband died and left it to your sons, why was it only his to give and yours to lose? Why not keep what you earn? You worked it and remarried the Irish indentured man who worked it with you. You set each other free. The head male Salem aristocrat, John Putnam, didn't like that. You were first married to his brother-in-law who died. The land you worked like a poem was Putnam land to him, though he never read a thing, not one poem in the hills, only scary scripture of a male god that kept males owning things. You hadn't gone to church in 3 years, good kindling, for mass hysteria manufactured for land grab. That awful turnip Halloween mask of broligarchy, written as law by a handful of rich colonist white men. Yes, we still have them. Hierarchy didn't sit well with you, but I suspect that you just lived your own life. That's the devil's work to broligarchy, a woman who knows and lives for herself. You weren't at mass because you were sick. I believe depressed when your husband died, though I doubt he was a soulmate. It was just hard to survive. You alone in a new town. I know what that's like. And a farm to work to turn the soil of, all those furrows in quartets of light. A trio of little ones behind you. I know for a fact, in my witchy, read pure love, heart, that you were exhausted, mourning, and working to the bone, the back of the land your own. There was no difference between that soil and you, putting everything into turning it over, replanting sustenance. You earned to breathe again out there in the fields, in the whisper of wheat, the CPR of sun, the defibrillating sky, the ecstatic blue eyes of crows, dervish in the middle of all that husky yellow. Moonlight lighting the secret nightlife of leaves to the soft neighs from the barn, and a sweet baa from the sheep who loved you and knew it was your feet by the door. Green apples you could cook and keep when the winter stagged about so long. The sweet apples for you and your little ones. You didn't chase a wolf away either. Threw a scrap or two, because in its longing was you. You knew what it was like to sing a different song, to not go along with what would kill you. A sweet scrap for a wolf that you saw one day under an apple tree, then never again. It's like the wolf's and the farm's fate were laced with yours, a new kind of ancient weaving. You never gave in to Putnam. You never gave in to the town, the church, the accusations. You knew that the only sin was confession, to appease the steel trap of land grab in a devil's mask. Oh, only a poisoned son would follow the bad apple town. I know you thought you'd bring the kids round to understand when they could that the land was something they'd have to love to earn a relationship with. You were taken to Salem in a cart. I can only imagine what that did to your heart. The screaming, the things thrown, the weight of what you knew was all that ignorance stirred because you were a woman with a farm. Your many greats' grandson was my favorite uncle. From Boston, Uncle Dave smoked a pipe for so long that his bottom teeth grew around it, a niche for billows of Borkum Riff. After the flip and pilot sound of a Zippo, we begged to blow out as kids. He was a merchant marine captain forever and ever, but retired before I came into this crucible. But his stories never retire and work overtime every day in my mind, accumulating the wealth of universes and things outside of time. Stories of you, Sarah Osborne, Bostonian revolutionary against Putnam heresy. You gave Uncle Dave and me our mettle. You died in prison before your persecution started in trial form. You were 49, but are eternal on the land, and in my uncle's stories I listened in tongues too. This wolf I am, still visits Salem when I can, to search in leaves for an apple of truth. I howled down generations, a different song to plow to. This page, my farm for you.